Owen, tell me something.
Truman, did you know that this podcast episode is the most important thing happening on Tuesday, November 5th?
Dahm, that's true.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
What's crazy is this is the fifth take. I was just trying to get Owen to stop talking about RFK stuff. Welcome everybody back into another episode of Dahm. That's true. Of course, I'm your host of the most true Steam Machine, Steen. As always, I'm joined by the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dahm. What is it?
Yeah. I want to clarify with the class that I was not talking about RFK stuff and that Truman was joking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's honestly probably as political as we're gonna get today. But I just wanted, I gotta make a joke. You know, I gotta
sneak one in there.
Listen. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Dahm. That's true. Dahm. That's true. Number 219. We're recapping NFL Week 9. We're gonna talk about the Chiefs versus Bucs game. Gonna ask some questions. The trade deadline was today. The Chiefs did not trade for anybody else. It's over.
Nope.
I believe the only real trade that really happened today was, Marshawn Lattimore got traded to the Ravens for a fucking bag of chips.
No, to the Commanders.
No, to the Commanders. Sorry,
For a lot of stuff.
Sorry, somebody got traded to the Ravens for a bag of chips.
A Rams corner, Tre'Davious White.
Yes.
Who is cooked.
The old Bills corner.
He's an opened bag of chips, so he got traded to Baltimore for a bag of chips.
Yeah, I would do a 20. It was like a 2026 7th round pick for a 2027 7th round pick or something stupid.
Like Baltimore fans that I follow on Twitter are upset with it, like because he's cooked.
You gave up a 7th round. Somebody asked this hot take earlier, and they said, "Do we think that the NFL is overvaluing draft picks?" The fact that Tre'Davious White, even as bad as Tre'Davious White has been, got traded for a 7th round pick is crazy.
Nah, I don't know. He's been bad.
Jonathan Mingo got traded to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
and then
Mike Williams got traded to the Steelers.
Oh man, really?
Yeah,
I kind of wanted Mike Williams.
I don't want Mr. Can't Catch. So,
no, it's fine. We got Mr.
His knee's gonna explode the second he hears a Pittsburgh power towel spinning, dude.
Power towel. Don't forget to bring your power towels. Bring it to every game. Terrible towel.
A terrible towel. Whatever, bro.
Yes. Welcome in.
His ligaments are in worse shape than mine.
We're going to get to it. Do want to shout out the patrons over there at patreon.com/opendisaster. Ozzy, Skylar, Dylan, Joe, Aaron. Mailbox Kansas City now open in the industry.
Still.
Pretty sure still.
I think.
That's a good question.
They could be closing here soon.
I might need to ask somebody.
I'm pretty sure they're still open.
You know what? They'll continue to fight on. But let's get into it. Owen, let's talk Bucs Chiefs. How much of the game did you watch?
Most.
Okay.
I had it on at least.
Interesting. Owen's playing a lot of RuneScape right now.
Yeah, I'm in a fucking competition. It's going crazy. It's a week-long competition, so yeah.
If
but
you're
yeah, I had
wondering
the
how
game on.
serious Owen is taking it, he didn't go to the KU K-State game so he could draft his team.
Yeah.
And he didn't watch the game at the bar with us last night.
Nope.
Because he was playing.
Yep.
Even though we're celebrating my engagement.
This is how you're announcing it on the stream?
That's right. In spite of Owen. I did get engaged this weekend. It was very good. It was very, very nice.
I was there.
Yes, Owen took some pictures. Joe took pictures. Shout out Joe, Owen, Vincent, the whole Open Disaster filming crew was there.
But not shout out to the Nail Tech in Miami, man. If I catch you...
No, it was Nail Tech here in Kansas City.
If I catch you, Nail Tech here in Kansas City, I swear.
Yeah, they told Tina, Tina showed up to her nail appointment, and she was the first one of the group of them, and the nail person said, "Are you the bride?" And she said, "I guess so."
And Tina said, "Probably."
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and the whole nail salon was like,
I'm telling you, if she did not get told that, she would not have known that I was Vincent.
She was suspicious because of Joe taking the camera. So also that's why I brought this
which
up.
Is I think is insane.
If you're used to watching here on YouTube, you are seeing terrible video quality for all the audio listener or for all the video listeners. You're really getting some terrible video quality. But the audio viewers should be fine right now. But yeah, it's really we've got the old webcam on. So we're very white right now, especially on the white background of the screen. But yeah, so Joe had the camera, so that's where the camera still is. But yeah, definitely Vincent was wearing a bright pink hoodie also. Did not help. Tina definitely saw him, but probably didn't. She thought it was Joe, so she didn't recognize it as
I'm
Vincent,
telling you. There's no way she's looking for Joe at the Arboretum if she's not suspicious.
That's true. We did it at the Overland Park Arboretum. It was very nice. I almost didn't get my ring from Shaneco. That's a whole much longer story we don't need to cover. But man, I was about to just murder somebody at Shaneco.
Are they your friends in the jewelry business, Truman? Are they your enemies?
Everybody except for one.
You're saying that Shanko's the enemy in your jewelry business?
It's one of the only times in my life that I've wanted somebody to be fired for what they did. Like, I'm not a big, like, Karen, like, oh, like, they messed up one part of my day. Like, they need to get fired. Like, this was one where, like, the guy essentially didn't know the store hours and told me that I could show up. And that's how I got screwed. Where it's like, I'm like, salesman to salesman. I do sales, and I'm like, if you don't know the store hours, I was like, I think maybe you're not good at your job, and maybe we should think about letting that guy go. You know, especially for something as important as engagement rings and the sort. So that's just wanted to announce that. You guys, I'll probably do a whole big post on Instagram later. So
Yay!
Be cool. Don't like go crazy.
Be cool.
But I let my grandma know in person yesterday, so that was the most important one. Then
your grandma?
Definitely before we started spreading too much of the word. So,
would you say that?
I was going.
Yep, I was going there.
I thought so.
I didn't know if I wanted to go there, and then you started it anyway. So, anyway,
all right.
Dom, that's true.
Yes,
sports.
But now the next most important thing that happened this week: Chiefs beat the Bucs.
Yes, sir. Exciting fashion. I can tell you, I was definitely playing less video games during the end of that game when it started to get concerning.
It was another Chiefs game. One of those weird ones that I'm not sure that the Chiefs defense plays as poorly if it's not like crappy conditions there at the end of the game. I think they were locking in a fair amount. I think it's also hard when they don't have like a clear person. Teams that can throw a lot of people at the Chiefs, I think, are concerning when it's like, oh, your wide receiver 1 is hurt and your wide receiver 2 is hurt and your running backs are bad. And the Chiefs are like, who do we key on to stop? And they just... So then when they have to spread out, it's like, But when an offense actually goes through somebody, the Chiefs take that guy away, I feel like. So you saw K. Dotton had a huge game.
Yep.
Bucky Irving and Rashad
I have
White.
a theory for that, by the way.
Yeah?
I think...
Why we're bad at covering tight ends?
Yes. It's just because we blitz so much. That's literally it. Corners are covering the wide receivers, and if you blitz the linebackers, that means the tight end is open.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically it.
Yeah, your safeties should be covering the tight ends, but hell, we blitz those safeties sometimes too. And our linebackers aren't great coverage linebackers.
No.
Drew Tranquil's not bad, but he's also not good. They're really great at run stopping, to be honest with you.
Yeah, which is what we needed them to do. So.
Yes. And then...
The scheme.
Yes. So just sometimes those guys get wide open.
Oh, also the reason why our camera quality is bad is because Joe took the camera for the engagement photos.
Explain that.
You did?
Yeah, I think I broke that down.
Never mind.
But yeah, so I don't know. You know, Chiefs won another one that looks a lot like the other ones, and like, was somebody? Oh, it was, I think Allison Renner. Like when I was tweeting it out, it's like everybody knows how to beat the Chiefs, but nobody has the courage to do it.
Right.
Like, why would you not go for 2?
I said in my Discord call with my friends, I was like, oh, GG. Like, they scored. They're going to go for 2 and get it and win.
Right.
And then they kicked it. And I said, oh, sweet. They've lost.
I also was like, oh, cool. The Chiefs will win. That'll be fine. I honestly thought we'd go down and kick the field goal, and then D-Hop, Mahomes not on the same page for something like that yet. By the end of the season.
If he catches that, Butker's kicking the 65-yarder.
Yes. Because I think, well, if Mahomes, it's also Mahomes needing to know where but D-Hop wasn't looking at all.
No. I think also Mahomes was just kind of getting it out.
Because I think D-Hop, I mean, obviously they would have got the first down, and they could have utilized the full time instead of having 10 seconds left or whatever. And then also I think they would have been a lot closer. So
yeah,
I think there was opportunity there. It just was weird.
Yeah, D-Hop wasn't looking. That was unlucky. I mean, it also isn't a game if Travis Kelce doesn't fumble. So
that's true. Another one of those.
Also, if a weird-ass, random-ass holding call where our guy wasn't even in the vicinity doesn't get called.
I don't know who they were calling.
I don't know.
That was a terrible...
Because normally, I thought about that. And I was like, oh, maybe it's one of those ones where they just call it a number because they need a number to pin it on. And then they show you in the replay, it's like, oh, it was actually, Justin Reed, not McDuffie. And then, like, none of our players were near their players at the break of their routes. And I was like,
Yeah. Terrible.
But whatever.
Terrible route. Terrible. I think I saw what the holding was because they called it on 27, and 27 definitely didn't do it, and neither did the guy next to 27. But somebody showed somebody of like McDuffie, and it was like McDuffie was like jamming the guy, and the guy like pulls and then throws McDuffie.
Right.
And like McDuffie, I think is maybe still holding on to him, and they like called him for holding.
Right.
Like, okay, that was weird.
Whatever. I mean, the officiating in that game was fine. Have spent at least.
I think the refs were bad. I think they were oddly not confident about anything, which I think was a little weird. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter though. But
they missed that holding and called it a face mask. There was just a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, that's another one that I've been annoyed about. It's like, oh, they called him for the face mask, no face mask. I'm like, he's yanking him like very clearly. It's the same. It's going to be the same penalty. Like, it's either a hold or a face mask.
I think it's one of those where those refs were just felt incompetent, in my opinion.
But, I know on Twitter and on TikTok, people are upset about the, quote, false start. And I, once again, am explaining to people that if a lineman is not in a down stance, if his back foot doesn't hit the ground before the snap, it's not a false start. And I probably spent an hour typing that out today.
What was so rich is that the fucking Eagles fans.
Oh, my gosh.
The Eagle fan. Look, I love Icyvert on Twitter, but he was the one that really pointed it out.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you cheer for Lane Johnson, dude.
It's like he made a career out of the exact same thing.
He's still doing it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know, man. So,
listen, people just don't know ball, actually. People just don't know the rules. For those of you who don't know, by the way, if you're a tackle and you are not in a down stance, meaning you don't have a hand on the ground and you are in a crouched position, you are allowed to, quote, by the rules, shift your weight, which means move your back foot wherever you want. And as long as it does not, if you pick it up, as long as it doesn't hit the ground by the time the ball, as long as it doesn't hit the ground before the ball is snapped, it's not a false start.
Yep.
And Jawan Taylor does it every single time, which is why he's one of the most penalized players in the league, because if he gets the timing wrong, it is a false start.
Yeah, he gambles, but he gambles and wins 80%, 90% of the time because he knows the snap count.
If he doesn't get a penalty, he's like a top 5 tackle in the league.
Yeah.
So,
what I was going to say is we're going to have to change this into a sound, but listen, the Chiefs aren't good, but they're better than you again, and we're on our way.
I still think they're good. I just
8-0.
think they're still making mistakes, and I have a whole bunch of players out.
Chiefs are 8-0. We march on. I have picked them at 17-0 because I know ball. That's right.
Wouldn't it be great if we rest the starters for Week 17 and put the perfect in, and then Carson Wentz wins the game?
That would be incredible.
Also, Justin Ross sighting.
Yeah. Also, holy shit! I thought the season was over there for a while.
Oh, with
I thought we weren't even going to be...
when Karlaftis and Wharton went down in that game?
No, what?
Oh,
when fucking Mahomes limped off the field. You think the season's over if Karlaftis and Wharton get hurt?
Yes.
We've got a couple more defensive linemen that
Listen,
would be
I wasn't concerned about Mahomes because he does this so frequently.
Yeah, but he doesn't get helped off all the way off the field very frequently. On a non-contact injury.
Listen, man, he was just memeing. All right, he was just having a laugh.
I was like, damn, I'm not even gonna care about the election tomorrow. That was my thought. I was like, I'm not.
I'm just gonna kill myself anyway.
I was like, I'm just gonna be looking at Twitter, hoping to see the MRI results from Mahomes' knee or whatever. I was like, damn. I definitely thought you see anybody just like jump and land, and you're like, oh, their Achilles shattered. It's ruptured.
Yeah, I thought his Achilles.
It's in pieces. It's lasagna.
I was also very worried in my Discord call.
Yeah. So.
He lived though. Very cool. Very cool.
Yes, yeah. Oh, that's here.
The Chiefs just got to scare us.
I feel a little weird right now. That's how that had me going right now.
Me watching a cool flip pass to P. Ryan against the Buccaneers, but Mahomes gets hurt. Ooh. Also, when he was running for his life and throwing the ball around, I was like, oh, cool. It's the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Man, their D-line's good.
Yeah, that Vita Vea was good. Vita Vea is a game wrecker at times. He can be. All right, let's keep it moving. Owen, trade deadline was today.
Yep.
Obviously, the second most important thing besides Dahm that's true happening today.
Yep.
Tuesday, November 5th.
Of course.
What positions is this team still lacking on? Is that right? Positions is this team still lacking on? Or what positions are this team still lacking? See, neither of those sound right. Is because it's this team?
In what positions are the Chiefs lacking? I don't. This is a strange sentence. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
What positions?
If you're an
is
English
this team
major,
still...
or if you're anybody who knows English,
here you go. What positions is this team still wanting for? There you go.
Sure.
There you go. There you go.
Oh wait, where's the?
M2 also what or
Yeah.
was two.
Anyway,
Me
we all
writing this
know
question.
what this question is trying to say. I think it's easier to name the ones that they are not lacking in. So they're not lacking in tight end.
Yes.
They're not lacking in running back.
Sure.
They're not lacking in quarterback.
That's a bad sign also for a team that we think is going to go 17-0 is already 8-0. That we're saying let's do a shorter list. What are they not lacking on? Yes. Sorry. Quarterback,
we're not
tight end,
lacking in linebacker.
linebackers. Fine. Yeah.
So
especially because we just added the
We're
linebacker.
not lacking in safety.
Anybody see Chad Uche do anything? I didn't see him do much.
I doubt it. I don't think he was on the field
Yeah, safeties are good. Mike Edwards got dropped today, by the way.
by the Chiefs.
No, by the Bills.
Oh, welcome back.
Little Mike Edwards. That feels like what's gonna happen, right?
That feels like a welcome back angle.
Yeah.
So we're a little weak on corner,
Mm-hmm.
and we're a little weak on wide receiver still,
Sure.
and we're a little weak on offensive tackle,
Often,
left tackle
I
specifically.
you cannot afford to throw more resources at the tackle position.
I think Wanye is doing fine. He was like the second highest graded player actually.
Really?
Yeah.
He's fine. It's weird that he's got as long of a leash as he does because Kingsley had such a short leash.
Right.
Kingsley had one bad game against a very good defensive end, and was that Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah.
Kingsley had one bad game, and we pulled him immediately, and we have not let him back in to have another shot at it. Wanye has had bad stretches where
Right.
it felt like what Kingsley did, where Wanye had that one where he had two holdings back-to-back, almost cost us a safety.
Right.
And then we just got lucky enough to not have anything happen there. But, that just blows my mind a little bit. But we cannot afford to throw anything else at the tackle position.
Yeah.
We put two second-round picks at it. We've thrown.
I don't think the Chiefs are lacking that much. I think from a state of mind perspective, yeah, it would have been cool. We traded for another corner.
I wish we
Now
would have got
corner's
Marshawn Lattimore.
Now corner's 100% solid, but it's still solid.
What did they trade for Lattimore? Do you know?
It was like a third and a fourth in a trade for Lattimore and a fifth. It's like I'm not giving up a third and a fourth for Lattimore. That's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Okay. I probably can't afford to that.
No, too expensive.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll give you like a fifth.
I'm trying to find the exact. Let's see. Hold on. It's still pending physical, so maybe it falls through. Okay, so Commanders get Marshawn Lattimore and a 5th-round pick.
Yep.
Saints get 3rd-round pick, 4th-round pick, 6th-round pick.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah.
3 draft picks? No.
No, can't do that.
Not when Brett Veach makes
Listen,
6th and 7th round picks into starters.
We're like the Bene Gesserit. Our plans work in centuries, not seasons, you know? Good for the Commanders going all in.
They're 7-2, man.
Yeah.
They're good.
Jeffrey,
Hey, there's your worst at first.
Shout out Jeffrey Kane. Jeffrey Kane predicted Chiefs Commanders Super Bowl way back when, and we put it in like the C tier for Commanders probably.
Probably put it worse than that.
I guess we can check. We'll check when we get to the hot
Well,
takes
they're not
section.
going to survive in the playoffs, but it's okay.
Yeah, it'll be all right. But so there's that. I think what we talked about. I think you could have used another wide receiver, but Juju will be back, and I think we'll be fine.
And then Marquise Brown will be back by the time the playoff starts, and then we're going to have
Hopefully Xavier Worthy starts putting his feet in bounds. That'll be really good.
We'll have the 2021 Arizona Cardinals wide receiver group, which will be cool.
Yeah.
Marquise Brown and Diop.
That will be kind of funny, honestly. But yeah. And then I think cornerback's really the only thing.
Shout out Chandler! Exclamation point.
Yeah. Yeah, for the Cardinals.
Hey,
We're going to a game in 2 weeks.
My over bet.
On the Arizona State game. If anybody's got tickets, let me know.
Oh, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Chandler! Exclamation point again. My over bet for Arizona Cardinals is looking good at 7.5. Just need 4 more wins. They need to go 500 the rest of the way, and I win one of my bets.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. They're 4-4, so I don't.
Trust me, they're cooking.
It's looking better than bad, I guess. It's not looking bad, but I wouldn't
Anybody
say
could
good.
win that division.
I guess. All right, let's ask the second question. Owen? Oh, there you go. This is the question. I forgot I put this question in. I already made the joke. Owen, would you have watched more intently for election results, or more intensely, I guess, for election results, or for Mahomes MRI results if he would have left that
if
game?
you haven't figured it out, I'm not paying attention to this election even a little. I'm completely jaded, and I have excused myself, so I would have definitely been paying attention to
Right.
Mahomes.
No, I mean, none of your rights are on the line, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. What about my wrongs?
Your wrongs are certainly on the on the ballot. For
I see.
sure.
I see.
I voted yes on all of your wrongs. I had to Google. Some of them were appointed by Kelly, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to approve them or not. But all the ones by Brownback, I definitely did not approve of. So.
Oh, the judges?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
I was mostly joking about your wrongs, but yes.
Oh, yes, of
but
course.
that was a reference to the judges.
My rights appointed by Governor Kelly.
Yes. I've always heard that you're supposed to vote no on all judges, anyways. But
I just looked at previous approval rating and I made up an arbitrary number after looking at it. And if they were below a certain number of yes votes, I voted no.
I legit just did. If whoever appointed them.
Brownback or Kelly,
Especially if Brownback appointed them. Fuck that guy. I don't want to get. We're not going to get too political on this episode, but fuck Sam Brownback. That's a bipartisan thing.
I looked
Kansas.
if they had a retention vote, and if it was under 75%, I voted no.
What's the opposite of proud? Ashamed. Ashamed K-State alum Sam Brownback.
Ashamed.
Fuck it. But he went to KU Law. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
K-State undergrad. Ooh, I feel a little weird right now.
You telling me a conservative guy went to K-State? I'm shocked.
I think I probably would have watched Mahomes MRI results a little closer.
As you said earlier.
Yeah. Technically, neither of these things I can control, or should I let them
I
affect
probably
my
wouldn't
life.
be looking at any news. I'd just be crying.
Yes.
I'd have a tub of ice cream, and I'd be crying in my bed because we could have had something cool.
You can say that, but at the same time, do you remember the days when Mahomes, like the tension in this city when Mahomes had dislocated his knee?
And Matt Moore was starting a game for us against the Vikings, and they took over our stadium.
When everybody truly figured out how much of a fucking freak Mahomes is.
Yeah.
Whenever his kneecap was on the side of his...
That sucked so much.
On the side of his leg, and he came back, like, he missed 2 games in a bye week.
Was that 2019?
Yeah.
Man,
because I was in Albuquerque.
That's still crazy.
I was at a Thursday night happy hour.
I just remember being like, oh my gosh,
coworkers.
I thought we had a chance to win the Super Bowl, and now it's over. The Chiefs are so cursed, it's insane.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to have Thursday night happy hour. Oh, the Chiefs are on too. I was like, oh, that'll be fun. Like, because the game started at 6:15 because they were in Albuquerque. And I'm like, awesome. And we're watching it. I see that happen. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, oh my God. And I can't be that upset because I'm around like people who don't care that much about football. But I'm like, oh my God, I want to cry.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's right. All right, let's talk about...
Mahomes MRI results.
Yeah, probably Mahomes MRI results. Well, also because we don't live in swing states. There's no swing states around here. All Kansas, +5.
Apparently, Iowa might be swinging.
That's what they say. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll probably know actually a lot more about how the election is doing by the time we're done recording this. We're recording this like right when like polls will start to close and the election results are.
Did you see the TikTok I sent you today?
Which one?
It was an election one. It's probably the most recent one. You should take a look at it.
I'll look at it.
You should look at it right now.
I think I did. I have looked at it. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Honestly, it did make me more excited for it.
I was like, dude, I could watch election results like this.
Yeah.
And I will see over here. We got this bellwether counter. And see, we're looking at a young scrappy congresswoman out of Illinois. It's hype.
Yeah, it was the NFL live music while what is it? Sam Kodalecki or whatever the guy
was breaking down polls.
Breaking down the polls. Yeah, it's very funny.
It was actually kind of hype.
Yeah.
I would have watched.
Very good. All right. Let's do Chiefs versus Broncos preview. Owen. This is one. So I was looking. So I finally, I'll let you know, I got caught up on all of our game results that we picked from the preseason. So we'll cover those here later. The most important election results, or the most important results anybody's waiting for to come in.
See if we're still both over 50% correct.
Yes. So we waited 2 hours. West Virginia had more ballots in early voting than the last election. Yeah.
Seems like it's going to be the most voted on election of all time.
Yes, it's for sure going to be the most voted on election of all time.
Exciting.
Chiefs versus Broncos preview. I
Yes.
got caught up. What was I fucking trying to say? Oh, so the first loss that anybody on the show for the AFC West predicted for the Chiefs was actually Ian sat here and predicted the Bucs. I don't think... I'm trying to remember.
There's no way I picked the Chiefs to lose against the Broncos.
You might have.
There's no way.
Because it's a division home game. We don't lose division road games.
Yes, but it's against the Broncos, who, like I said before the season, had 3 janitors at quarterback over the usual one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We all did pick the Chiefs to win this game. You
Thanks.
picked next game as the loss.
Against who is it?
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, the Chiefs aren't losing this game.
I think it would be a trap game if Denver was a sneakier team.
If Bo Nix was good at the game of football.
The Chiefs are good at smacking down a team that's starting to Bo leave, you know? I think we're going to see a couple Bo picks, personally.
I don't want to hear any Bo peeps out of him.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going for under 100 yards passing.
He might again. I mean, this is, again, the Chiefs are good at bringing back their division mates down to reality. Where, like, the Broncos kind of already had that last week against the Ravens where they lost, like, 41-10 or something like that, 31-10, something like that. I think it was 41-10. Oh, yeah, it was 41-10 because one of the guys, like, tweeted out and said, if the Ravens score 42 on the Broncos, I'll eat fresh dog shit. And, like, it was like the SpongeBob one where the sea bear comes up and it's got the circle. And
Yeah.
He's like, ugh. So he was like, safe. But because they scored 41. But it's.
Do I have to put on the Dunes cap again? Did the Steelers win?
Steelers had the bye week. But the fact that you mentioned the Steelers mean that you need to put on the Dunes cap.
Not yet. It's still Chiefs versus Broncos.
Fair. Listen, I think this would be more of a trap game worry if we didn't know that they kind of already revealed themselves that they're actually a solid enough team. The Broncos do give the Chiefs a hard time. You can bet on that one linebacker to get an interception because of whatever. And now that Justin
that
Simmons,
linebacker plays for the Falcons now. I thought.
oh, he got kicked off.
He plays for the Falcons.
No, you're thinking of Justin Simmons.
Yeah,
though.
that's the guy who always picks off Mahomes.
No, but there's also that linebacker that had like 3 interceptions of him last year.
Oh.
Remember that?
I try to block that out.
Yeah. So,
I don't tend to remember bad plays. I'm going to be real with you. Unless they're really bad and funny, like the worst Mahomes interception ever thrown during that Commanders game.
yeah.
When he just kind of threw it straight up in the air. Remember that?
That was the weirdest thing. Yeah, I do remember. That was the weirdest thing in the world.
Still won that game, though.
That to be said, man, I don't know what to say about this Broncos team. No offense. Nobody really on offense, which is what worries me almost more. Is that, again, like we just said with Tampa Bay, is that if the Chiefs don't know who the fuck to lock down, then they'll just not guard anybody.
Cortland Sutton is who they're locking down.
You're right. You know what? You're right. I forgot Cortland Sutton was still there.
He is not going to be.
And he just popped off. He had a pretty good game.
Yeah, awesome. He'll be having 32 yards on 3 catches this game.
That's true. Score predictions, Owen?
I just think the Chiefs do everything better than the Broncos, and you're giving a guy with 2 touchdowns on 6 catches another week to fit into the Mahomes offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me 28-10.
28-10. I got punished last week. Last week I projected 31-10 for the Chiefs, and then I went too much out on a limb. Also, the first time Chiefs have scored 30 points since last year against Las Vegas.
Yep.
So, very interesting.
But they retained the streak of holding opponents to under 28 points.
Right. Give me a nasty game. Give me 21-13. Actually, 21-17 Chiefs.
Yucky.
And it's one of those where you're just like, how are we not blowing out this team?
Sounds about right.
Mahomes, 2 interceptions.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Because he had 1 game without an interception, so now he's got to have a game with 2 interceptions. So
3 touchdowns, though.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Would have had more if Xavier Worthy had any situational awareness. What the hell was he doing trying to back into the end zone like that?
That was the weirdest thing in the world. Not only did he try to
like-
back in the end zone, he also didn't get either of his feet in.
Yeah, he was like trying to showboat, I guess.
What were you doing?
Just have field
What
awareness.
was that?
No
Okay.
field awareness.
All right.
And once again, just another reason why I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, because we have players making all these mistakes and we still win.
Yes, it is
Imagine
time for
what
our
happens when we make no mistakes, which is what we hone in on in the playoffs.
it's time for our hot takes.
So I got to put on the dude's hat.
Just because your hottest take was that the Pittsburgh would be bad. So
Yep. They're apparently not bad, although
No.
they're definitely not making it out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yep. All right. Let's take a look at all the hot takes. Also, did you see the guy from Barstool that did the map that was like the worst map of all time? Like he had like Missouri blue and like Oklahoma
The election
blue.
map?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see the person with the Oklahoma is blue.
Yeah. If Oklahoma flips, then
The world is going to explode.
it will be a Reagan level sweep for Harris. And the only one that she'll lose will be Alabama. Just like the only one that. Do you know the only state that Reagan lost?
Because that was the Dole he won against, or whoever was terrible.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Was it like Vermont?
Nope.
Don't know.
Minnesota.
Was red?
Yep. No, it was blue.
Oh.
Reagan was red. What?
Oh.
Yeah. Minnesota's so blue that it and people
Wait,
are.
California was red?
Yes.
That's how bad this guy was?
It's Reagan's home state.
Oh.
To be fair. But there's some people that DC also? Yeah. Also DC, sorry. But some people project I saw some listen, like sure crazy things could happen tonight, but I saw somebody project that Minnesota would flip red. And I was like, you're
misguided.
The dumbest human being I've ever seen. Yeah. I was like, listen, I know you want to believe in Trump, but that's crazy.
Not sure you know any Minnesotans.
Yeah. New York was red too.
That's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were projecting it to be like close.
Well, I genuinely think Texas is going to be close because every Latino is going to be voting against Trump thanks to what's his face.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say that might have cost him Pennsylvania. There's like 400,000 Puerto Ricans in.
Like I told you when that clip came out, I genuinely think that lost Trump the election.
Yeah. The weirdest thing will be a third-rate comedian being the October surprise of why everybody loses.
All right. Well, let's get into these hot takes, stuff that's actually fun.
Yes. The first one comes from Adam Tritt. I'm not going to put some of these on the board if they're oddly specific to this episode. So, because I did allow some election stuff, so I'm not putting that on the board. If it's not Chiefs or K-State or life stuff, I'm probably not putting this on. First one comes from Adam Tritt. He says the quick recording is unrelated to the election and entirely because Owen has OSRS bingo and is my hot take, which is a motivating factor, but it's mostly...
Wait, say what was the hot take?
That the quick recording is unrelated to the election, and it's actually because you have to go play OSRS.
Unfortunately, that has to go in detail because while I agreed to it, it's actually because Truman's interested in the election. Mm-hmm. So I agreed to it immediately because I do have to go in my OSRS competition as the nerd that I am.
True. He also said the Avs will make the playoffs this year once injured players heal, which I assume he's talking about the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes.
I would agree. I mean, that's a great team when healthy. Still, they have all their pieces in place. If they can get healthy, then they have a good shot.
Put the Avs take on there. That's a sports.
Yeah,
take.
For sure. I'll give you an A tier for Avs on that one. What I will say is that the Islanders will not be making the playoffs, considering all of our fucking team is hurt. Did you see Matthew Barzell's on the LTIR?
No.
Yes, probably. And
oh, cool. I will not
Adam
be
Pelech
watching until January.
Yeah, it's just. Our season blew up. I was like, cool, that was a fun month of hockey. All right.
Yeah,
season's over.
Duclair hurt, Nelson hurt, Barzell hurt. Is that what you said?
No, Nelson's still fine. But it's like Pelech, Barzal, and Duclair all hurt. It's like, great, awesome. Dude.
Yeah, 3 just unimportant players, bench riders, to be honest. One KC sports fan says, not a hot take. KSU women will overcome Jeff Mittie and win a national championship. That would be cool.
I'm putting that in C for Cats, C tier for Cats, because I think women's basketball is maybe one of the hardest for anybody who's not ranked in the top 5 at the beginning of the year to win a national title.
Just based on
very similar to like football, where it's like we know who's I can name 8 teams and one of them will win the national championship.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, Anna. Sorry, Aaron.
UConn, South Carolina. Okay, there we go. Pack it up, fellas.
Texas probably could.
Baylor.
LSU could. Baylor not anymore because they lost Kim. Oh fuck. Sorry. Good.
Whap.
We're restarting the episode.
Next hot take.
Yes. Because they lost Kim. All right, moving on. Next one comes from Caleb. He's big coping right now on the Chiefs or on the Cats.
Yeah, it's tough.
He said K-State loses one of its next 2 games, both at home. We play Arizona State.
Yes.
Somebody else weird?
Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Let me double check.
I think they put their head on straight. I think they figure it out.
I would love to tell Caleb that he's overreacting because Caleb tends to overreact sometimes. I'm not sure this time that he is.
I think K-State loses 1 and 2. I think I'm going to put this in C tier.
I don't think that is a terrible take. Certainly possible. We've won a lot of close games. Yeah. Arizona State and Cincinnati.
I think they had a bad game plan in the rain for Avery Johnson.
I also think
throwing the ball 39 times.
I also think we're so much better at home.
You think we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're immensely better at home.
And I think Kleiman's always due for a dumb one. He had, obviously this is 2 dumb ones. I was telling somebody the Cats can have one game where everything goes wrong and make the Big 12 title game. They cannot have 2. And now they've had 2, so now I don't think they will make the Big 12 title game.
Because we need Colorado to lose now, right?
Yes. Although Colorado doesn't have the easiest schedule. The K-State can still make the championship if KU has the courage to do what's right.
To beat Iowa State, Houston, and Colorado.
Well, that's a little reference to people saying that Trump can still win the election if Mike Pence has the courage to do what's right.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah.
Lucas said K-State is going to need divine intervention to finish 10-2, so I'm hoping for 9-3 at this point. I also said not football related at all, but the San Jose Sharks about to be fun to watch again because Celebrini is back in the lineup as of tonight. That's, I guess, not a take, so I'm not really going to put the San Jose Sharks one, but good for you. Our hockey season's over, so don't worry about it.
For now, until the second part of the season starts and the Islanders storm back to make the playoffs like we always do.
Yeah. K-State is going to need divine intervention to finish 10-2.
No. Iowa State's very beatable. Every single team on this list is beatable.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one in C tier also.
I still believe in this K-State team.
Yeah, I don't, listen, it was a bad loss. It's one of those that definitely makes you feel awful about it. But I don't think this team is that. Yeah, I think this team certainly has all it takes.
I would be disappointed with an 11-2 season, honestly. If we went out and then win our bowl game, I would still be disappointed. But the thing is that this is a surprise year. We were not expected to be this good year. Tomorrow's the year that our window is really open.
Yeah, I was telling my dad that where, like, how he was like, he's like, Will Howard. He's like, I'm going to whisper this, but he's like, I think Will Howard would have won that game. And I was like, maybe Will Howard wins that game, but I also think he loses some of those other games that we've won.
Yeah.
And also, like, this moving on to Avery Johnson was so much not about this year. It is so much about next year when you have Jace Brown, Dylan Edwards. Hopefully everybody stays and they put together that chemistry, and then we build another great defense. I think it's mostly about next year.
Right.
The Avery Johnson move was for the future, and that's absolutely something that can still happen next year.
Yeah.
And it could still happen this year. Not the national title, but they could still win a Big 12 title this year. We need one loss from Colorado. This is not a great Colorado team either. This is a Colorado team that should have lost plenty of games. So, and they could lose. They have to go to KU. That's a scary game, and they have to go to Texas Tech. Also a scary game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's still hope. Let's all.
It's not abandoned hope.
I just want everybody to.
It would be disappointing.
Pump some amount of brakes. All right. Allison just said Buc-ee's. Bussies, if you will, for some people.
B for bussies.
I'm not ranking pussies. All right. I guess you're just going to have to explain what was going on there.
She probably went to Buc-ee's.
She lives there. I don't know what to tell you. Jeffrey Kane said the election will be called by Wednesday night and won't require Nevada or Arizona to finish counting. I do believe that's going to be true. I think...
You think... so you think probably Kamala's winning?
Kamala, but yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but it's fine. Honestly, I know you didn't mean it as a diss, but a lot of people do that as a diss. They say
really?
Kamala, but
I
think
I know I spend a lot of my time thinking about this.
I know. I don't think you will need to. Honestly, I think it'll be done by tonight. I think it'll be obvious enough that one of them, like the Pennsylvania, will be obvious enough that Trump's going to win it, or now you have me.
Sorry.
Kamala's going to do it.
I think that
if like Iowa flips and you're like, oh, Wisconsin's done, you're like, oh, okay, never mind then.
With the fact that the early voting is leaning Kamala, that means the mail-in is probably also going to favor Kamala because Democrats just tend to mail in more.
It depends state to state. It's hard to actually tell exactly. Trust me, I'm deep in it right now. And it's all pseudoscience anyways. There's no
What about that one
But
Indiana
there's a
Bellwether
lot of
county?
voting going on in Philadelphia, it seems like, and that's a big deal.
What about that Indiana Bellwether County that's predicted every single president in the last 32 years?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
You know what I'm talking about? You should Google that. There's an Indiana county that whatever way they vote is the way that the president has gone.
Yeah. I know that the guy that uses the 13 steps of, he's like, these 13 things depend on who's going to win the next election. Since he invented it in 1980, he's only predicted one election wrong, and that was 2000.
2000?
Which, depending on your views of what happened in Florida, is maybe the actual only stolen election in U.S. history. But that's, again, there's just a lot of votes thrown out and things like that, where I guess the inverse of what
My
people
vote
said
might
the
get
steal
thrown
happened. Really? What'd you do now?
I had to have a provisional ballot, remember? So they need to determine whether or not they're going to accept it. It's provisional.
Oh, because
I had the address change.
But so? Oh, I don't know. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying it could get thrown out.
Interesting. Well,
I do not care. Anyway.
all right. Jeffrey's last hot take comes from Jeffrey. Again, twitter.com/steammachine, twitter.com/OwenGoshDominant. If you want to submit your takes, I think going through Twitter is still probably our easiest way to go.
Yep.
Jeffrey Kane says not going for 2 was actually the play. If they had gotten it, Chiefs had 30 seconds, 3 timeouts, and 4 downs each to go 25-ish yards to kick a field goal and win in regulation.
What?
If they had gotten it, Chiefs had 30 seconds, 3 timeouts, and 4 downs each to go 25-ish yards to kick a field goal to win a regulation. He's saying them not going for 2 wasn't the nail in the coffin. I think that is fair. The Chiefs did.
Okay, so what you're saying is
the Chiefs floundered on 3rd and 1, but if they were down 1, they would have just gone for it on 4th down and probably got it.
Yeah.
And still had the timeouts to make it work.
So what they're saying is you think that by kicking it, you're giving the Chiefs less incentive to push for it?
Yes.
I don't know though, but you'd still be up 1.
Yes.
The game would be in your hands rather than in the Chiefs' hands.
Sure.
Because kicking it, you still have a chance to lose.
But Mahomes still had 13 seconds and I think 2 timeouts after.
37 seconds.
No. On that 4th and 1.
Oh, yeah, 13 seconds.
I think they still had 13
timeouts.
seconds and 2 timeouts. I think they still could have made that work. And Butker's good from 62. So
I disagree.
You only have to get to the 45.
It's a hot take, but I disagree with it.
I think you should have gone for 2. I think everybody says to go for 2 there, but at the same time, I can see the argument that it wouldn't have mattered. That basically what they did instead of almost guaranteeing a loss by going for 2 and maybe not getting it, or going for 2 and getting it, and then you give Mahomes back the ball with 40 seconds, 3 timeouts. Instead, you basically left it up to a coin toss, and you lost the coin toss. Oh well.
Put it in D tier. I disagree. D for disagree.
I'm not. This isn't anything we can rank really because it's not something we can answer at the end of the season. And again, it's kind of specific to this episode, so
true.
I think it doesn't make sense to throw that on here. But I would put it as an A tier take. I think it's kind of half a dozen in one hand, 6 in the other.
Let's move on.
So, all right. That does it for the hot takes. Really appreciate you guys sending those in. Again, twitter.com/steammachine, twitter.com/OwenGoshDominant. We post those on there. Owen make sure to also retweet them.
That's right.
So, sorry, I want to make sure I get my Excel off because we are going to have to come back to Excel to look at our picks here later. That's right. A little teaser for you guys. Okay, NFC South Team of the Week.
Panthers, they won.
Yeah, shout out the Panthers. Shout out Bryce Young for getting one done. Good for him. Closest Scorigami of the week. Owen?
I don't know.
Cardinals Chargers 29-9.
How close was it?
Or sorry, no. Cardinals Bears 29-9.
How rare was it?
Third time that score's ever happened.
Ooh, very rare Agami.
Rare Agami, but not quite.
Agami.
Not quite Agami. A close Agami, if you will.
Agami.
Sorry, dumb bits. Sorry, I'm getting those open, getting that going. All right. Dahm, that's not true pick of the week. Houston losing. I'm not sure. I think that team's going to be fine. I think losing Stephon Diggs hurts a lot. I think once you get Nico Collins back, you'll be back to fine. And also, the Jets simply aren't good. I don't know what to tell you. Also, no, that's not true pick of the week. The Ravens are really going all in for it, I guess, which is weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have one that I'm like, oh, that's crazy, because like the good teams beat bad teams. So
Fair.
the Bengals won, which wasn't that surprising.
No, against the Raiders, who were ass.
Yeah.
The Raiders were up 7-0, and I was like, imagine. And then they just got fucking blitzed after that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go Panthers. They're bad.
The Saints fired their head coach because of that. Everybody's like, Bryce Young, you're a hero. Thank you.
It's not that. Well, I don't.
Derek
know why
Young got Dennis Allen fired again.
I don't know why you're firing him. His quarterback went out.
But his quarterback's back though.
Oh, Derek Carr was back.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
played
that.
game.
Never mind. Makes sense.
Also, he's just been fine. It was a weird hire when they did it. Again, another one where, whatever.
What?
Owen, 5-team parlay of the week. Yours got fucking shit on last week.
Yeah.
Mine also got shit on. I know I had my own and I lost.
My phone's on 1% battery. Let's hope I have enough time to log in and place a parlay before it dies.
I can throw you my phone if need be.
My bets.
Owen's pulling it up. Not sponsored, by the way. Go to FanDuel.
So you could step up.
Use code Dahm. That's true. You won't get anything, but maybe they'll see that everybody's using it. They're like, we should sponsor or whatever the hell's going on there.
All right. My bets.
No thanks. Just go.
I went 3-2. Texans lost and Patriots lost. Thanks,
Okay.
guys, because the Titans won and the Jets won.
And I believe I went 4-1. I lost. I lost something dumb. The Browns. The Browns lost to the Chargers. That's what fucked me.
Okay.
I went 4-1. Otherwise, I had Atlanta,
quick
Tennessee,
money.
Buffalo, and
We're
Kansas
going
City.
Ravens. We're going
Okay, Ravens over
Bills.
over Bengals. Bills over Colts.
Colts. We're going Buccaneers over Niners.
Bucs over Niners.
And we're
Wow,
going
that's a huge
Vikings over Jags.
one. Vikings over Jags. Where's that one? I'm missing it. There it is. I've got it.
And we are going Chiefs over Broncos.
Chiefs over Broncos. Minus 420 favorite. All of that gets you to plus 1031 on FanDuel.
Plus 989. For once, FanDuel wins.
All right. So there's Owens. I'll give you a quick one here. Give me Giants over Panthers.
Interesting.
Give me Patriots over Bears.
Ooh.
Something kind of fun. Give me Bills over Colts. Or no, Flacco's playing? Never mind. I don't want anything to do with that game. That feels like a trap game for Buffalo. Looking ahead to Kansas City next week.
They're good. Buffalo's good.
Colts are good enough to beat a team when they're not paying attention.
Okay.
I'll take Chiefs over Broncos always. Falcons over Saints. I can't believe they're only minus 3.5. And give me... Or is that next week? No, yeah. Sorry. Give me Steelers over Commanders. That's a fun one for you.
You disgust me.
That gives you to plus 1958.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, right. Wow, indeed.
Tasty value.
If you want to
Lot
win
of
$50,
underdogs.
you can bet 2.56. Oh, Steve Berkland came in at the very end. K-State goes 3-0 and goes to Arlington. I'm locked in.
Hot take. A tier.
A tier for that.
It's because you need to go Colorado loss. Or BYU to lose to, which is also possible.
You said A tier? S tier?
A tier.
Was it Cats, K-State 3-0?
Because it requires Colorado to lose, and this Colorado team's a lot better than I thought they were, and I'm not sure if they're going to lose.
Yep. Arlington. Gotcha. And that guy's name was? Sorry. It came in
Steve
literally.
Berkland.
Steve. All right, Steve. There you go. Steve B.
Stevie B.
Thanks,
Shout out.
Stevie B. All right. You're on the list. You're on the hot takes. You can't see it, but you're on there.
Wait.
All right. 5-team parlay, yeah, 256 to win 50 for that one. All right.
Yep. Or 5 to win 100.
We march onward. Preseason picks.
Truman,
Owen.
tell me. Did you make the comeback?
I guess you'll see. You'll see when everybody
Well,
else
with the
sees.
Chiefs winning every single one of their games, you've definitely made progress on the guest at least.
Like I told you, we all picked that. Here's
Oh my goodness. I've been choking.
Yeah, so over the last couple weeks, I was rating, I think I had to rate 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Is that a 13-3 week, Truman?
Yes.
My goodness.
So week 6, I went 5 and 9. Week 7, I went 7 and 8. Week 8, I went 13 and 3. And week 9, I went 11
That's really
and 3.
feast or famine for you.
Yeah, I'm getting warm. I'm getting hot. Owen, over those 4 weeks, went 7, 7, 8 and 7, 9 and 7, 8 and 6.
Consistency, folks.
Whatever,
Consistency.
nerd. the Chad, the virgin consistency, or the Chad
Feast or
all or
famine.
nothing. Yeah. The guest, by the way, have been going crazy. They went 11-3, 7-6-2, 10-4-2, and 7-3-4. What I will say, and I've isolated it, but we'll talk about it. Here, I'll talk about it here in a second. Sorry.
You figured out who was fucking it up?
The group has gone 8-6. No, not fucking it up, but the group has gone 8-6, 7-8, 11-5, 10-2-2. So, what I'm gonna tell you is that
We know ball.
the guests have tied because they disagreed with each other. They've tied. We've had 137 games. They have tied or disagreed on 24 of them. So that gives them a bit of an advantage that they basically get to throw out 24 games where they can't win or lose. The group has only disagreed on 9 of them, obviously, and me and Owen didn't pick any ties, so there's been no ties. All that to say, our win percentages. I know, this is crazy. So I'm now 81-56, which puts me at a .591 win percentage. I am 1 game up on Owen, who is 80-57 at a .584 win percentage. But this is where it gets crazy, and this is why I wanted to clarify with all the ties that it gets a little weird. The group, or the guest, are now 73, 40, and 24 for a .646 win percentage. So it's like, that one's a weird one, where it's like, sure, that one's real. But the group, honestly, the group is the shining star. 82, 46, and 9, .641. That's pretty good.
So basically what you're saying is if you bet when we agree and on the majority side, you're getting like a 60% return, 65% return. Damn.
Yeah. Next week, by the way, you know what I'm doing? I have picked them at 17-0 because I know ball. I'm 17-0 because I know ball.
17-0.
That's right. An extra game. You can only have 16 games a week.
He's picking a Premier League game.
I'm going crazy, yeah. Tottenham to lose. There you go.
What?
Who are they playing next week on?
Let's find out.
He's still got 1%. That's crazy that it's surviving so well on 1%. Okay. Top 5. I forgot to switch the top 5 this week. So, Owen, in honor of the election, as everybody is...
it's done. It's done. I wasn't able to get it. It just died right now.
As everyone is thinking about it currently, Owen, give me your top 5 states. There's going to be people that have very strong opinions about certain states tomorrow morning.
In general?
After they see election results.
Can I give my bottom one first?
Yeah.
At number 50, Missouri.
I hate you, dude. Man!
Got him. Just kidding. At number 5, this is where I'm going to put nope, not Alaska. Hawaii. They're chill out there. And they care about the environment, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And this is just my personal list. Mm-hmm. Number 4, this is where I put Arkansas. I've actually enjoyed my time in Arkansas quite a bit. Everyone there has been friendly to me. And my experiences there have been in Fayetteville and at a fishing resort. So not much opportunity for stuff that I don't like to happen. Or people that I don't like for me to meet them. Mm-hmm. So Arkansas, number 4. Florida, number 3. Really enjoyed my time in Florida. Once again, same kind of nice people. Number 2, Oregon. Very, extremely beautiful state. Just in general, shout out Oregon. And number 1, Kansas, of course. I mean, come on now. That's how I live here. I have to. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm obligated. So, yeah, Hawaii, Arkansas, Florida, Oregon, and Kansas.
Yep, fair enough. All right, I'm going to pick number 5 is a state that I've never been to. Let me throw in North Carolina. I think North Carolina, just with...
You have been there.
No.
Chuman, you went there for a basketball tournament at the NCAA. You definitely went to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I was in Charlotte. That's right. I've been to Charlotte
You've
once.
been to North Carolina.
Charlotte sucks, I will say. Beside the point. Charlotte just has a weird vibe to that
How did
city.
you forget about going there?
I don't know, man. Because when you're traveling like that, you don't really feel like you're interacting with the city.
You took an 18-hour bus ride. Oh, yeah. It was
flew.
the only flight you ever took for the band.
Oh, well, I also flew to Atlanta that same basketball season, to be fair.
Well, by the way, hey.
Atlanta, pretty sweet. Give me North Carolina. I think going natural beauty-wise to have a state that has mountains and also ocean coastline and beaches at the same time, I bet that's fire. So give me North Carolina, number 5. Number 4, shout out New Mexico. Cuisine, fire. Awesome. Love it. Another great scenery. Honestly, the only downside is just it is very landscape is just very brown. Like, and you don't realize it until you're back. I would come back home and I'd be like, holy shit.
So you got like
I forgot what green trees look like.
You got like the what is it called? The TNT, like the TV show channel,
Yeah.
TNT.
Mm-hmm.
You got the TNT Mexico filter out there. Is everything just yellow sepia?
They were on AMC for Breaking Bad.
Oh, AMC.
But yeah, it was kind of just like it can feel a little bleak at times.
It was kind of like,
but yes, but honestly, I liked the vibe of New Mexico. New Mexico's a great state. I would tell anybody to go visit, especially if you're going during the first 2 weeks of October. The first 2 weekends of October, they have the balloon fiesta. Yes.
Did you get to see that?
Yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah. It was also very cool to be like just driving to work and there's just like a bunch of hot air balloons just going over you. It's also some of the best weather in the country.
Cool.
New Mexico in October is very nice. So New Mexico number 4. Number 3, Kansas.
Nice.
Shout out to having sports gambling at home. Very nice.
W.
Honestly.
I wonder where Missouri's going.
Number 2, Missouri. Just because they also will have sports gambling at home now, so they fixed that one problem. Shout out to Motherland.
I've heard it's close. I've heard it's closer than you want it to be.
I saw somebody on their Snapchat story say to vote no on sports gambling. I was like, fucking why? Why vote no on sports gambling?
Yeah, you already have 16 casinos, so.
That you can't sports gamble at.
I know.
They also don't have 16 casinos. We have 16 casinos?
That's why voting no would be so stupid.
Yeah. But they're also going to vote to add another casino.
I mean, think about it. You have 5 in Kansas City.
Yeah. It also, like, funds school. I don't get it, man. I did ask my buddy who said, like, I have a Snapchat friend that said vote no on sports gambling, and I swiped. The only person I'm going to engage with politically is person saying voting no on sports gambling, just because I'm honestly curious.
What'd you say?
Because I said, why no on sports gambling? Because legit, I have seen no counter arguments, no counter ads, no anything to no on sports gambling. So I want to know why. Number 1, Colorado. Colorado is fucking awesome, beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
Great gambling towns, great beer, great whiskey, great skiing, great hiking. It's awesome, and it's fucking a mountain time zone. Time zone, which is the best time zone. It's awesome.
Careful there, buddy.
Mountain time zone's the best time zone, for sure. For sure. Imagine watching Sunday Night Football and you get to be still asleep by 10. Fucking awesome.
Central Time Zone, best time zone.
You get to eat breakfast on Saturday and then immediately turn on the Cats. Because it's
if I had to wake up at 4
a.m.
a.m. to watch Tottenham, it would end my life.
You would just stay up late. You wouldn't have to wake up.
That would no. Central Time Zone, best time zone. But I'll take your argument. It's a valid argument.
I think 1 hour earlier, I think, for everything.
I really feel bad for
as somebody who doesn't give a shit about the European. See, that's your issue. You're cheering for a sport across the world. I'm not going to be sympathetic for you cheering for a different time zone, a different area of the world sport,
So
and
we
saying,
just,
it's not a weird time for me, American.
We're not watching the Big Bash League anymore, huh? That's what I thought.
Fucking 3 to 5 a.m. on NBC Sports Network.
Yeah, that would be 2 to 4.
Even better.
No, 3 to 5 goated.
Because I wasn't waking up at 3 a.m. to watch it. I was staying up late to watch it.
You're staying up too late. Now you're just staying up regular late. It's not as fun.
I hate you, dude. So yeah, number 1, Colorado.
No,
so
it's daring,
5 North Carolina, 4 New Mexico, 3 Kansas, 2 Missouri, 1 Colorado. Did you see the one person who tweeted out? It was like, we all agree that the 4 states that everybody knows about is California, Texas, New York, and Maryland. And everybody's like, Maryland? Everybody's like, you just kind of try to sneak that one in there, huh?
What would you say the top 4 states are?
Top 4 like popular states?
Like that everyone knows about?
Florida.
Yeah,
Florida's number 4 for sure.
California, Texas, New York, Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Illinois State was named Chicago, then people might know Illinois more. But I bet if you ask somebody in Europe what state Chicago is in, they probably don't know.
I mean, Europeans don't know where any state is, but at least they've heard of New York, California, Texas, Florida.
Yes. They probably couldn't point out Illinois on a map.
I would also say that Kansas is sneaky up there, specifically for the Wizard of Oz. Sneaky up there.
The Chiefs have also helped the fact that the state is in the name, but they would also still
incorrectly.
Yeah, it's not in the
that's
name
right.
actually. But they also nobody's like, well, the Chiefs Stadium is right here.
What's
so
that
Kansas
one SNL actor that did that? Nobody knows. on the like as the George Washington skit. What's his name?
Oh, that's not that. So he was a guest host, but that's Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, Nate
He's
Bargatze.
honestly very
So-
funny, like stand-up comedian, especially, and he keeps it clean. He's a fairly clean
We'll
stand-up.
have this
comedian,
great
too.
state. We'll have this great city. We'll call it Kansas City. Where will it be? Missouri.
Missouri.
Why? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yep. All right.
Nice.
Pop culture minute. Do you have any?
My brother's team won 3-0
Great.
on
Awesome.
2 days ago.
Awesome.
+3. Big +3.
Yep. Huge +3. Huge.
My brother played in the game.
Yep.
Unironically, 2 very good goals scored.
By him?
No,
Oh.
by his teammate. But they were great. And the announcers were his teammates that don't have their work visa signed yet. So they were like clowning the ref and the other teams. It was very funny.
Nice. All right, I'll start the outro music. The only pop culture minute I have for you is that if you're in a keeper league, you should be allowed to trade picks. Don't be weird when teams want to start tanking. Let us tank. Appreciate everybody for being here. Appreciate you. If you're still listening on YouTube, definitely make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Make sure to vote if you haven't voted yet. I don't think you can anymore.
No, probably not. Especially by the time you listen to this here. Spotify has up to 8 5-star ratings. I really appreciate you guys for doing that.
Wow.
Follow us, do all the stuff. Twitter.com/Team Machine, Twitter.com/Owen Gosh Dahm, Patreon.com/Owen Disaster, Aaron, Dylan,
Joe.
Skylar, Joe, Ozzy, and Mailbox Kid City. Appreciate you guys.
Wow.
See you.
Nice. See you guys.